It's your boy King Buzz back with those exclusives. Welcome to the channel where we make no excuses. Shout out all artists, engineers, and producers, and I'm back with another video. Y'all know what's going on. This video has been highly requested for the longest time, and I've actually dreaded making this video for the simple fact that I didn't want to take my setup apart. But today, here we have it, the infamous DBX 286S. You feel me? You see that? See that 286S? I don't know if it's gonna focus, but the DBX 286S, all right? A lot of people want to know how to set it up, how it works. A lot of people want to know how I got mine set up as far as my settings, all that. This video's for you. Man, I really rock with y'all, bro, because I really did not want to take this apart just to do this video. Like, I didn't want to, like, I had to unhook everything just to do this video. But let's get into it. All right, so first of all, on the back you have your mic input right here, right? It's an XLR input. You have a mic line input, you know, that's a 1/4 input, and you have an insert, right? And you have output. All right, so I'm explaining to y'all how mine's is set up, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people think it's super complicated, but it's not. All right, so my mic is right here, and this wire, this XLR wire, it runs from here behind my desk and it plugs in into the mic input, right? So the mic goes into the DBX, right? And then once the mic get in here, the DBX has phantom power and it has a 80 hertz high pass, you know what I mean? So it's already gonna start giving you that high quality right off the bat, right? So you got your mic preamp right here. So it's kind of like your initial gain knob, all right? Then you have your compressor, which y'all know how a compressor works, you know, to compress your vocals. You have a de-esser, you have an enhancer, you have an expander gate, and you have an output. All right, so the compressor compresses the vocals. All right, so it kind of, you know, squashes your vocals. That's what the compressor does. It kind of it compresses, so you're squashing your vocals right here. You don't want to overdo it, but you want to do it enough to where it sounds clean. Right, your de-esser is getting rid of all of the hissing, all of those S's, all of those P's, those B's, you know, all of your like explosive sounds, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you're getting rid of with the de-esser, right? So I don't use a de-esser inside of Mixcraft because I have a de-esser on my preamp, so it's kind of like I don't really need it. Then you have an enhancer, which you have like your high end and you have your low end, right? So you can boost the lows in your voice and you can boost the highs, all right? So, you know, it's definitely valuable, definitely come in clutch. All right, and you have an expander gate, right? Expander gate, this is like the super secret sauce to the whole thing, because the expander gate gets rid of background noise. So how you set the expander gate up is everything under a certain threshold is automatically not picked up. You know what I mean? You have to, it has to be a certain loudness to be picked up, right? So the expander gate is beautiful. That's how I get those super clean vocals. The expander gate is getting rid of all the background noise. You know, you won't hear my air blowing. You won't hear, you know, maybe the smoke detector beep. You won't hear none of that with the expander gate. You know what I mean? People could even be having a little small conversation behind you, and if you got it set up properly, won't even hear it. All right. And then you got the output, which is the last thing on here, and the output is, you know, pretty self-explanatory. You know, the output is, you know, really what I use it for is everything else is already set where I want it, and then my output is what I use to turn my mic up and down. You know what I mean? I don't want my mic to be picking up all the time because I'm in a home studio. My mic is right next to my speakers. If my mic is always picking up, it's gonna be problems. You know what I mean? So boom, these are the basic, you know, this is the DBX 286S explained. And let me get back to the back, right? So like I said, at this far end right here, you got your XLR input. That's the one I use, right? So I run my mic into here, right? And then I use the output. It's a 1/4 output, right? So I run the 1/4 in here, and then I have a 1/4 to 1/4. So I run the 1/4 from the DBX, and then I run it into the Scarlett. All right, I run it into the Scarlett, and then the Scarlett runs into the computer, and then that's how the signal is processed. So my Scarlett is basically being used to process the signal coming from the DBX. Like I said, it's super simple, right? So you run your mic into the DBX. You can either run it by XLR or you can run it by the TRS 1/4. You can run it in either way, and then you gotta run a 1/4 out of the DBX into whatever interface you got. So you can run 1/4 to 1/4 like me, depending on the interface you have, or you could run 1/4 to XLR. You know what I mean? That probably will work for a lot of people because the way mine's is set up, the newer interfaces, if you have a newer interface, you won't be able to do it like that. So you would need a 1/4 to XLR. All right, so this is pretty much it being explained, man. And I give you a little backstory on how I got to the point of purchasing this, right? So my studio crashed, I want to say 2018. My studio crashed in like December 2018. Not, well, yeah, the heart of my studio crashed, which was my computer. I had a laptop at the time, and the laptop just gave out on me one day, you know what I mean? So I had a couple options. I could go buy another like laptop for like $200-300 that's gonna eventually crash again, or I could just save up for a couple months and buy a computer that, you know, that's really worth it and that's gonna, you know, stand the test of time. So, you know, you could probably guess what I did. I just sat out a couple months. I probably went like 6 months without, maybe 5-6 months without making music, and then I bought this computer I got right now. Spent almost $1,000 on this computer. Great computer, haven't had any problems. It's been delivering at a high level, so great investment, right? But also during those 5 months, I was trying to figure out how I can improve my studio, right? And one of my homies, he said he had went to one of his homies' crib, and his homie had a preamp. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, I need to look into mic preamps. I need to see what's out here. You know, what's the price ranges, what I can know, what I can probably get. I was like, if I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna come back stronger than ever. I'm gonna come back with quality I never had before, right? That's what I was thinking. And even back then, I had an M audio, interface. I upgraded from the M audio interface to the Scarlett 2i2, and then I was like, okay, what's next? So I was like, mic preamp. So I was just online, you know, on Google, looking at mic preamps, looking at the price ranges. And I came across DBX. I was like, all right. I looked up a video. It was this white guy, and he was using it for like, he was using the DBX for a podcast. And I was like, dang. And then he gave like examples of like how the vocals sounded with and without, and I was like, oh man, that's amazing. Like, he was cutting out so much background noise, and that's the reason why I really bought it. I was like, I need to cut out background noise. I'm in a home studio. I don't have like, you know, perfectly acoustically treated, you know, area. Like, I'm in the open. Like, my setup is in my living room. I used to have, you know, acoustic treatment on the walls, but I recently took it down because I switched everything around, and I kind of don't want to put them back up until I move. You feel me? So that's why I bought this right here, you know, the little mic shield, just to, you know, catch my voice when I'm, you know, actually recording, so my voice isn't bouncing back to me and coming back into the mic and all that. You know, y'all know how it works, right? You know, so that's how I ended up getting the DBX, man. Like, my homie said one of his homies had a preamp in his studio, and I said, that might be the next level. So I ended up doing my research. I came across the DBX. You know, during this time, I was already saving money to get, you know, a computer. So I ended up saving money to get a computer. I bought the DBX. I bought the Scarlett. You know, yeah. I bought a Kai Mini. Like, during that time period, I just really invested into my studio, and my studio changed so much. The quality improved so much within that 5 months I took off. I was studying, man, you know, so you just got to figure out what you need, you know, do the research, and yeah. But anybody looking to get a DBX, I highly recommend it. There's a link below. Yeah, there's a link below. I got an affiliate link. You know, if you're gonna purchase it, you know, if I kind of help you decide to get it, I would appreciate it if you know, buy it from that link, and, you know, help me help you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Help me for helping you. You feel me? But yeah, man, this thing is great. I'm looking to get more hardware. You know what I mean? I want to build a full rack. You know what I mean? Because that's when quality really get crazy. So this is only one part. This is just a mic preamp. You know, you could buy equalizers. You know, all kind of stuff, man. You could buy more compressors and you know, there's so much hardware. I believe hardware is where the difference is. You know what I mean? Like in these major studios, I know y'all see this. In these major studios, they always have racks, bro. They got racks full of hardware, bro. They be tweaking and you know what I mean? They got racks full of hardware. So that's how they getting that high quality. It's not the plugins, it's the hardware, man. It's the hardware. This thing right here makes all the difference in my studio. Without this, I could get pretty good quality, but it wouldn't be the same. You feel me? So yeah, man, that's pretty much it though. I just, you know, I wanted to break it down. I wanted to explain how you set it up, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep going strong. Y'all know what's going on. It's your boy King Buzz, and I'm out of here. Yeah.
Losing if you staying the same. They were rooting when I was losing at the chanting the chains. I condition assume position in my stamina chains. I stay clear, cause I'm making a name and tell them bitch niggas stay in their lane. And it's all on me.